Well, we are here, folks. Monza, Italy. Great track. We got some good racing. BRL Tier 2. My name is John Webster. I'm here tonight with Colin for the first time. Colin, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. We're looking to see when these guys are going to head out for the first runs, but it should be an exciting race today as the championship has been spicing up over the last few races, and now we're coming down to the final few. Well, not final few, but it's the second half of the season. Now people are really wanting to fight for those championship spots. So, be good racing.
Yeah, for
We'll have to
sure.
see.
Yeah, definitely. I haven't been commentating Tier 2 at all lately. I haven't been here since Silverstone, and I remember Silverstone was a great race. So I'm excited to be back commentating Tier 2 this week here at Monza. Should be a great race. The championship fight is actually getting really close. As I pull it up here to read the standings. But yeah, no, the championship battle has been going on progressively each week. It's been
WhiffyWinner's
very
got a
good the
30-point gap between him and Maverick at 177 to 147, leading their 1-2. But that's
Yeah,
only
I mean,
because Whiffy kind of got away lucky in Spa, and we'll have to see how that is going to impact the rest of the season, if he can keep that 30-point gap or if it'll dwindle a little bit.
yeah, definitely. Oh, and we got a racing point around in turn one. A little eager there on the outlap by Funky Cactus. But
Again,
yeah,
the track is still a little cold. It could just be, it needs to be worked in a little bit more. I'm sure after all these outlaps, the track will feel a little bit nicer, but yeah.
Yeah, as we get qualifying underway, we ride on board with BRL Alderfer Jr. looking like the first person to go out in his Williams. Very good, consistent driver.
I do believe it's his first race in Tier 2.
I think it is as well. As you guys know, all the viewers hopefully know that I commentate Tier 1 for BRL alongside Dan the Lad, Danny Stevens. BRL Alderfer Jr. is in there in a Red Bull. He does participate in Tier 1. So this is the first time he is in Tier 2 tonight, and he's looking for a good race. Nice and clean through there. Gets a little bit on that curb, but as he goes around here, looking pretty smooth, back on the gas in his Williams, in his Rocket Williams, actually. DRS activated as he goes down the straightaway here at Monza.
Sets a purple
here. Yeah, I mean, he's the first one on the track, so he has to.
Yes, that makes sense. Setting the first purple is provisionally.
Hey, it's all good.
Issues at Sector 1.
Yeah, we have a yellow flag in Sector 2. Looks like everybody's just kind of stacking up. People are letting each other by, which is good.
And Tom's lost it, and he's got cars trying to sling himself by.
With a 119.7. Very good lap time out of him. Who's next across the line? Weiser Square on the hard compounded tires in the McLaren. Sets a 123.7. All right. Ritzy Raccoon actually goes second with a 120.1. Oh, and HRC, a very, very quick driver here in Tier 2. Sets a 119.2. Good time out of him. WhiffyWinner, your points leader, is coming up to the line now and goes fourth with a 120.2. Colin, these drivers are all seemingly going out on the softs right now. The top four is all on the soft, or top five now, BRL Exia. But do you think the strategy is going to play out here at Monza tonight with the tires and everything? Will you see most guys, a lot of the midfield runners go on those mediums and try and stretch them long? How do you feel about that? What do you think?
I honestly kind of feel like it's a bit of a 50-50 coin flip today, as if it's coming down to that soft to medium strategy or medium to soft strategy. It's kind of when are these guys thinking there's either a safety car or how the DEG is going to impact the race. If there is no safety car, I do think that the medium to soft guys might have a good chance of actually performing and getting track positions and getting themselves ahead. But if there is a safety car early, those soft runners might gain a good advantage over the medium runners that now have to fight with Deg against these guys that now might have on fresh hards or fresh mediums to go to the end. So it is a 50-50 coin flip on, hey, what's the strategy and what do I want to risk it?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, this track is such a quick track. In my experiences in the past racing here, I've always gone for the contrast strategy. So I've always started on the mediums and then went to the softs to be quick at the end of the race. So it should be interesting to see what these drivers have to do. But as we watch LDR Redeemer coming across the line on these medium compound tires, goes 8th with a 121.1. Pretty good time out of him. BRL Maverick earlier set in a 120.5 on those mediums as he goes into the pit lane now. Very good time. And we watched as well BRL Skeppy on the softs with a 120.8. And HRC is 5/10 ahead of Alda for a very, very quick time out of him. Very good, clean driver. Very quick. Got a lot of drivers going into the pits as they just set their first laps. And Weiser Square's actually on a... Oh, he's invalidated. All right, moving on. Tazonic set in a lap while we were watching some of the other drivers. He's down in 12th position.
Since there is been so many medium runners, I do believe it will be a dry race. Figuring these guys are trying to set themselves up on a good strategy, I'm sure many of them will go for a soft final stint. And if they get knocked out, they'll start on the mediums anyhow, but I'm sure that's the strategy for most of these guys in quali. Italy is the temple of speed, so these guys are going to want to put down a lap worthy of showcasing what they can do.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, this track is so legendary to the Formula One calendar. I mean, I've seen some great races in my time watching Formula One here. Colin, what's your favorite Formula One moment here at Monza?
Oh man, there's been so many over so many. Like,
11th.
What are you supposed to like? Even in the recent years, the quali was interesting enough, let alone the whole drama of Leclerc actually went like. Even though that's recent, and there's been so many other wins, there's so many impactful things about this track. So again, a lot of history. Similar to Monaco,
definitely.
Lots of history.
Oh, and the livid the livid Possum. Let's go Possum. Why not? He invalidates his lap as we ride around with him. So we are going to switch around here to Sky Hot Wheels. I've actually never seen Sky Hot Wheels in here before. Maybe it's his first race. I'm not sure. But he's got a nice helmet in that Mercedes, I will say. But my favorite moment here at Monza, I have to go with the qualifying of 2018 when Kimi Räikkönen put it on pole. I remember watching that in my kitchen on the TV, and it was just a beautiful lap. And the announcers are going nuts, and Kimi, and we have a racing point off. Funky Cactus loses the back end, it looked like. He was in the grass in turn 1, that's a shame. He was on a lap, a flying lap. He had just started one as well. But just not much.
Hey, in the great words of Skeppy, send it or don't show up. So that's what I've been told by Skeppy before. So, hey, these guys are going to do it. They're going to send it. So. Exactly.
Got a lot of good advice. So
lots of good advice. So if you're not going to send it every lap, you're never going to be fast. So these guys are definitely going to do it.
Of course. But right now, HRC is out in front of the lead, out in front of the pack by a large margin with a 119.2. Very good time out of him again. We're waiting to see him come around. I think he's on a lap now. Yes, he is. He's just starting his flying lap. We're going to stick on here with WhiffyWinner 516. He goes down to a Starry, nice and smooth through here. 5th gear, goes up to 6th gear, gets a little bit on that curve, gets a little loose, but saves it quite nicely. He's in
hopefully that didn't take too much out of his time.
To 0, so I think he's backed out. I'm not sure.
He might just be lining up for a second run, or he's coming into the pit to make another one. Into the pit.
Oh, he's coming into the pit.
Aboard.
Yep. Wasn't too happy with that lap, but Oliver Jr. is going by now and stays second with a 119.5. Decent lap out of him. improved a little bit, so that's good to see. That's always good to see. Tazonic, is Tazonic on the lap? Yes, he is. Tazonic crosses the line.
And Maverick's coming across the line. Is he? No, he's starting a fresh one now, I think. No, he did improve.
And he's left the session. Oh, no. Someone's got to get him back in here. That's a shame. Man, these connection issues have been pretty bad lately.
Again, I've said this point before. Other games have rent-a-server, and I will be willing to pay for a server if it just means we have a stable connection. That's all I ask for is a rent-a-server option.
Toxin is going into the pit lane as well. Tazonic's leaving somewhat. Oh, he gets a little bit loose there. Oh, and Tazonic has retired. He is out, crashed into the wall. That's a shame. Coming out of the second Lesmo. Oh man, that's horrible. He's one of the title contenders as well. He sits third in the points with 138 points, and Toro Rosso, his constructor, is in the lead, so that's a real shame for him. He'll start down in the field and in 12th, maybe even further down than that. So you ride along with Orange Crush here on a hot lap in the Ferrari. Yeah, that is quite unfortunate. Orange Crush, very good driver, a little bit deep through there. I used to race with Orange Crush. I can't speak tonight. But yeah, as he goes around the first Lesmo into the second Lesmo now, looking pretty clean through there. Opens the DRS in his Ferrari. We gotta see a Ferrari win, right, Colin? It's Monza, right?
Hey, at least an Alfa Romeo, a Haas maybe, just at least a Ferrari manufacturer. That would be something at least.
Sky Hot Wheels is starting his hot lap, and the Mercedes down in 18th. Hasn't put in the time yet. So let's see where he goes. Orange Crush coming up to the line around Parabolica. Oh, he goes a little bit wide. Will that be invalidated? No, it will not. Surprisingly, goes across the line and jumps up to an 11th with a 121.1.
And Whiffy's just starting his lap.
Dexy is coming around, and he's backed out. It looks like 0 ERS. That is
yes, he's backed out of his lap.
Now, HRC is on your pole sitter. Your provisional pole sitter is now on an out lap, taking it nice and smooth. Number 98 Mercedes. That's pretty solid.
Your championship standings leader is on a hot lap right now, and he's in the end of Sector 1, coming into Sector 2.
Yeah, actually, there's a lot more drivers in front of him, so we're going to go down to Sky Hot Wheels, who's going to be the first one to cross the line. Also used to race with him in another league, but that's besides the point as he comes down into Parabolica. Nice and smooth through there, gets back on the power. ERS overtake activated, and he goes 9th in his Mercedes, a 120.2. Good lap out of him.
Is on a hot lap now. I guess they must have invalidated on that one. No, just that lap, my bad.
LDR Redeemer on a lap. No, he backs out.
Whiffy's coming down over the line.
Yes, he's coming across the line, goes third.
That's P3.
Very good time. P3, yeah. Second row. That's very good out of Whiffy, your points leader, with a 119.5.
And they're trying to get out of the way of traffic of somebody else that's behind him. Hopefully that...
Yeah, everybody's queuing up now.
Yeah. Hopefully that didn't get too much into Maverick's way. But he's on
a lot of these drivers are starting to prepare for their final laps here tonight in qualifying.
HRC, our pole setter, is coming down. End of Sector 3, coming down over the line. He's pushing for it, seeing if he can improve. He
118.9.
He does put a gap between him and everybody else, saying, I'm here to show off my speed. And he's done so.
Sure, I mean, wow, that is a pretty quick time out of him. And, Orange Crush is retired. I'm not sure if that was in the garage or on track.
I don't see
anything on track, so...
There's
Funky
two
Cactus
Alfa
is
Romeos
lap
on
in the racing
track.
As we ride on board Funky Cactus right now. He's on the soft compound tires. Going through Ascari. Oh, and he goes way deep. It doesn't invalidate, surprisingly. But does not get the run he was looking for out of Ascari. So his lap might be ruined. You never know, though. You never know. And SF1 Tom is also coming around on that medium compound tire on a hot lap. Let's see where he goes. He's now in 18th and jumps up to 10th. Oh, and who just moved up there? Oh, Funky Cactus goes 120.1. Wow, that's surprising since, and we see SF1 Tom completely cut the circuit, but that's surprising considering of what, he had a little bit of a moment through Ascari, but good for him.
And Big Mr. Brown slots in just behind Tom on the softs as he finished his lap. Although it looks like he's
squared.
No, he's backed off.
Coming around here now in his McLaren.
Trying to improve.
Out of Parabolica.
As Big Mr. Brown
he
has
goes
lost
in
it on
pits.
his run in Sector 2.
Oh, I hope he... And Funky Cactus has retired from the session on track. And Exia has also retired. Oh, that's a shame. Let's get back up to the action here. Mav, did Mav improve? I think he did. He went up to 7th, I'm pretty sure, with a 120.0. Who else is on the lap? Oh, the
LDR
is preparing.
loses it as Big Mr. Brown was on the
that's
edge
a
of the
shame.
track. Oh no.
People are wrecking out left and right here. I can't keep up. But
It's Sector 2,
like
man,
to say
those
hello.
curbs. It's
We'd like
that
to
low
say
ride
hello
height.
here at BRL to all the drivers and fans, or anyone who all the 11 viewers who's out there right now watching this stream. We want to say hope you guys are staying safe during this horrible time as we finish up qualifying here. And we ride on board with BRL Aldifer Jr. right now in the Rocket Williams. Good out of there, and we have a caution flag in Sector 2. Everybody's just...
Oh, Maverick has...
Oh, and Maverick's retired. That's a shame. As Toxin's coming up to the line now. Actually, no, he's going to start one. Will he make it? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. He's going to get there. Wow. Good timing out of him. Very last second, so he's going to have the maximum potential with the amount of grip available for him. So
Cardinals trying to improve at the last second here. Trying to see if his medium run will get any better. Oh, he passed to Zonic now. Nope, does not improve. And at a DRS
now
before the end of the
comes
line.
across the line and does improve, but does not even touch HRC. And WhiffyWinner, your points leader, invalidates the lap. And the Livid Possum, he goes in the pit lane as well. So a lot of these drivers have backed out on their lap. I think the last person on a lap is Toxin on Fire in his Red Bull as he goes down into the straightaway. DRS activated, goes into Ascari. Nice pumpkin helmet going on. Oh, and he's invalidated. Oh, and he's around as well. Hits the barrier. That's a shame. And next fast to us is also out of gas. So this qualifying session did not move here at the end, which is not very fun for the viewers, but hey, HRC is going to be your pole sitter for tonight's Tier 2 race here at Monza by 6/10. Wow. Colin, how do you feel?
Oh man, I don't know how I feel about being the only 18 runner up there. That is a scary sight to pretty much everybody else on the grid. That's saying a statement. Hopefully it's a statement that can last after turn 1, but only time will tell on that one.
Yeah, that's a big mic drop from HRC right there. But yeah, your pole sitter is HRC, like we said, and BRL Alderfer Jr. in his first Tier 2 race, he will start second with a 119.5. So he looks to get that nice run down into turn 1 and overtake and set sail. Now, Ritzy Raccoon does get third with a 119.5 as well. Pretty close times between those two, second and third. As qualifying is over. And we got some bumping going on. It's not bumper cars, guys. It's Formula One. It's not NASCAR either. So, Colin, are you excited for this race?
I am. I do notice that pretty much all of our top runners are on the soft set. So it's a question on our back 9 to see what their strategy is going to be. Are they going to start on the soft, like the top 10, or are they going to run for the medium? So, again, it comes down to that strategy call and when things are going to come down to it. And I love the battling on this track because of the DRS straights and the high speed and the dive. It's the brake testing here that is the ultimate battle, really.
Yeah, definitely. I'm looking at a good midfield fight tonight. The midfield in qualifying was very close, so it's going to be interesting to see. Like you said, those back, everybody from 10th and on back, it's going to be real interesting to see what kind of tires they choose and see if they do the contrast strategy. There's also always potential for a safety car here at Monza. As we saw, there was many drivers crashing or wrecking out, which is a shame in qualifying. But Colin, who are you watching today for your race? Who's going to be? Give me two drivers. One that you're going to watch at the back come through the field, and your race winner.
See, the race winner is going to be a hard one for me because
no.
I don't. Oh no, Maverick, as the man I was about to talk to.
I hope he gets back in here. Someone needs to invite him right now.
I know he wants a win is what I was about to say, and to me, he's the man I want to kind of get up there. I also know that Skeppy has kind of been pushing very hard as well, but a guy from the back, I definitely would want my buddy Cardinal, who's also not now had a disconnected issue, and now we've lost 2 drivers from the grid.
This is not going too well so far. Yeah, I know this game it can kill you or it can comfort you sometimes.
But right now, my heart has to go out to Orange Crush, the Ferrari on the hards. I hope that this gamble pays out for you so dearly. Being the hard runner at Monza, I really do hope. But hopefully we can get these guys back in and sort this out.
Yeah, Orange Crush is a clean, consistent driver. He's got some good long-run pace. But for me, my pick to win the race, I'm going to go with the points leader, WhiffyWinner. He's just dominated most of these races. Got a win last week at Belgium, I'm pretty sure you said, right, Colin?
Yes, I do believe after everything that came down to it, Whiffy did, I think, win that one. I have a problem cheering for him as a fellow Canadian just because I don't want him to do that well because I got to keep the Canadian fight alive, Can't pat him on the back too hard, so.
Hey. Of course, yeah. But, I'm going to go with WhiffyWinner as my driver to win the race. And one to watch, let's go BRL Skeppy. I think he's starting 9th, I'm pretty sure. Very good driver.
Is with X,
I've watched. Yeah,
you're just cheering for Canadians now, eh?
Yeah, I know. I got the 2 Canadians on board. I'm from the United States, Got it, But has this loaded for you by chance, Colin?
The game has not. I'm wondering if we're having a lobby issue.
They're starting it up here. No, they're starting it up here.
Okay.
Just taking a little bit of time here, seeing if we can get those drivers that left back into here.
Wiser Square has started, but maybe they're talking in chat and trying to figure it out. We might be doing a lobby reset. I'm not 100%.
Yeah, and the start of the race is coming up in 1 second. Here we go. We stared at the pit lane for a minute and a half, but that's besides the point. HRC is still loading in. That's kind of.
I wonder if it's going to be one of those where he's going to get disconnected, and it's going to be. Again, Codemasters, this is exactly why we want a better game. And hopefully 2020, which is now available on the Xbox Store for pre-order, and 10% off right now if you do pre-order for 2020. It is available, but that being said, we want better.
Oh, and Funky Cactus is left, and what is going on here?
I think they're doing a lobby reset. HRC took off on the start set.
Yes, they are. They are going. Yes, they are doing a lobby reset. So I apologize to all the viewers. We will get this right back up and ready to go. We're going to take a little bit of a detour, though, at the beginning of the race here. We are going to get a new lobby up. Again, we apologize to all 11 viewers right now. But this seems like a pretty good time to mention our BRL sponsors. Of course, we have the BRL merch. If you don't know about it, it's some very good quality stuff. We have t-shirts, we have phone cases, we have a sweatshirt, and some other good gear that represents the Breakout Racing League. So, very good stuff. Also, we are sponsored now by GT Racing Gamer Chairs. These are very quality chairs. I've checked them out the other day. Yeah, very good quality chairs. Prices are pretty good too. So if you need a gaming chair, like a buddy of mine who is in Tier 1 and B-Dunk, you got to get yourself a new chair. But yeah, definitely go check out GT Racing Gaming Chairs, as well as Rogue Energy. We're sponsored by Rogue Energy. And Game Grind Coffee. So those are our Breakout Racing League sponsors. So some very good sponsors out of there. But as we wait for this lobby, I don't know what to do. Let's go in the theater. Why not? Nope, not the theater. The showroom, actually. Let's check out these cars. Colin, are they any progress?
I've had some talks on the Discord chat that there is a lobby reset. I am now being invited to it to get us going, so.
Yeah, I'd love an invite.
Yes, I'm sure they're trying to, but.
Thrilled.
Man.
As we look at that matte red, beautiful Ferrari. Everybody wants one.
Well, can you really have a Ferrari not in red? Like, I know some people do, but.
Yeah, let's just touch on that real quick. Let's just touch on that real quick. I 100% agree with you. If you buy a Ferrari or if you own a Ferrari, you need to have that thing red. I'm sorry. I mean, in the past, I have said a dark blue Ferrari with white interior, a 458, would look pretty good, not gonna lie. But it's a Ferrari. You gotta get it in red, right?
Yeah. Yeah. The question you can do is then interior colors. That's pretty much the only thing you can do to a Ferrari. The outside has to stay red.
Yeah. No,
sure, it could be accented with white or green or, some other beautiful decal or whatever you want to do to add your spice. But it's got to be red. It's got to be red.
Yeah. What is your, Colin, as we're trying to get this set up, what is your favorite, supercar?
Man, that's a hard one for me because I'm a rotary fan, so to me the 787 is its own lover and its own specialty only because it's banned from Le Mans because it was just not fair to the other conventional cylinder cars after both Ford and Mazda brought out 3 rotors and 4 rotors for 2-3 consecutive years until they said, no, get your rotary garbage out of here. So, yeah. Those are my favorite, but I own an RX-7, so that's my car history, so.
Yeah. No, my favorite supercar has to be the new McLaren 765 LT.
Oh, man, isn't that beautiful?
That thing is so beautiful, man. I love it in that papaya orange. Oh, and the black carbon fiber features. You can't go wrong with a McLaren, you know. The
The
720S
orange
is fantastic
pulls at the
as
Dutch
well.
heartstrings. You just
It
can't.
does. And I am having a massive problem right now trying to get in the session.
Of all people, you're now not the one
I
who
know.
will get in.
I know, I'm aware. We might have to forego the stream for a little bit if I am not able to get into the session. Hopefully it works though.
What can one do? Xbox is having
Yeah.
issues with the overflow of people, clearly. ISPs are clearly having issues. This game is not running normally well on a good day.
It is not. I'm going to have it to happen because of some people who were lagging out. We should get this thing going here soon. They have a lobby up. So I am going to try to get back in here, but oh man. Colin, your thoughts on the 2020 F1 season?
Well, besides the fact that it hasn't happened, I was really excited to see the new cars, like the new liveries. Like that was the liveries were amazing, and that's what I really wanted to see in battle and have those fights and kind of see what would happen with Williams to see if maybe they would improve from their 1-point season. I don't think it can get much lower than that, but I would like to see improvement from the backpack, obviously. But I don't know. There's many things to say. Haas is not doing well financially. You want them to stay in being the only North American team. Alfa Romeo is kind of quiet, but now that they have all these kind of senior and other qualified drivers, I don't know what or who is actually staying in their stables with all their drivers moving around. So it's hard to say.
I mean, yeah, definitely. I mean, one of my highlights of the week was when Vettel called Ferrari's contract a joke. I mean, that's. I mean, I am a big Sebastian Vettel fan. I will admit I am a big Sebastian Vettel fan. I loved him at Red Bull. And when he went to Ferrari, I was like, he's got to win that championship at some point. So I hope he gets, I hope he gets one finally with Ferrari. But no,
I know there's some people out there that are still praying for their Sebastian Vettel and Ricciardo dream team at Renault. I know somebody out there is praying for it, so.
Yeah. No, and I do think, and I was one of the people who did say that Vettel, if Ferrari sacks him, he's going to go over to Renault at some point. So, and I think Ricciardo, I have no clue what Ricciardo's going to do. So
I was hoping that he
very
would come
interesting.
back and have like a comeback season this year with Renault, and maybe Renault would show.
Yeah.
But again, now we're kind of closed off to a to be continued status. So we're kind of just left in the wins on that one.
Yeah, and I hope Kimi comes back as well. I'm a big Kimi fan, so.
Well, being the oldest
Yeah.
driver on the grid, his family life, and man, I do hope he comes back just to show that the age and experience still does matter, even though there is quite a young roster of drivers out there that he can still compete with them and being twice their age still.
Yeah, just like Lando Norris actually won the IndyCar race today, so congratulations to him on iRacing.
He's got all the time in the world to be practicing now. That's all
Of
he
course.
should be doing now is practicing.
Yeah, I know. Actually, I was real excited for this upcoming season, this 2020 season, to see what Racing Point can do. I know you're probably a big fan of Lance Stroll because you are Canadian, Colin, but most people are. I've actually, every Canadian I've met, they've always said Lance Stroll is like a hero in Canada.
Yes and no. He does have talent. I don't think he's talentless by any means. I do think his dad helped him influence into his seat and obviously
for sure.
fast passed his way. So I'm a little bit like half and half. It's like, okay, you have some talent, you've won some races, there is some degree of pedigree to your career, but you also pretty much had it handed to you by dad. So I'm very 50-50 with him. So I kind of wanted to see, hey, now that they've had a year of Racing Point, have worked out the kinks, they were looking very much so close to what Mercedes was doing, that I wanted to see,
They were
maybe
looking
do a
real
career
quick.
move. Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe Lance Stroll would be a fighter this year, and maybe he would look a career contender or something like that. That would maybe dissuade me from my current, I don't know. And with Latifi, this is the only rookie on the grid that got told, yeah, you're an F1 driver. Now you get to wait 9 months.
Yeah.
Like this has to be the longest career of I've been an F1 driver and I didn't race. Somewhere in the legacy, he has to hold the record there.
Yeah. No, and I'm interested to see what Racing Point does, because I was a fan at Force India when they were Force India, and I've always liked Sergio Perez as well. So, I mean, they were looking real quick during that testing, and Sergio Perez was on the medium compound tires. That pink Mercedes was pretty freaking fast. So,
he brings a lot of personality to the team, and to a lot of Mexico, Brazil, places like that. He brings a lot of happiness out of the people there. So, hey, yeah, I like it. I don't mind a showman.
Yeah, we always have to have a Brazilian or Mexican driver on the grid. We apologize to all the viewers again. We're still trying to get this started up. We are finally back in the lobby, and the race is set to start in 30 seconds. So
these guys are just taking the time to get their setups and tires loaded in. I'm sure all of them were just making sure that everyone had a quick second to do that. It looks like this time everyone's opted for only soft and medium. So, we shall see.
Yes, we shall see. Finally, we are getting this thing underway. I apologize again to the 11 viewers out there. As the parade lap starts, HRC did get your pole in the BRL split Tier 2 race in the Mercedes. Congratulations to him. He will be starting first. Alongside him will be BRL Alderfer Jr. in the Rodkit Phones Williams. Ritzy Raccoon in the Alfa Romeo. Oh, and a little bit of a moment there for Alderfer in second, trying to warm up.
Commentator's curse, man. You gotta be careful with that stuff.
I know. So Ritzy Raccoon is now starting in third place in the Alpha. WhiffyWinner is in the Toro Rosso. He will be starting in 4th position. LDR Redeemer in the pink Mercedes, the Racing Point, and as he wheel hops, will start 5th. BRL Maverick, good to get him back in here in the session as we restarted, because he had disconnected. So good to see him in the Renault starting 6th. Funky Cactus in 7th, who had one dismal of a session, I thought, but somehow he's made his way up into 7th. We have BRL Skeppy, my one to watch that I picked earlier, in the Renault in 8th. Exia in 9th. Sky Hot Wheels, Big Mr. Brown, SF1 Tom, Wiser Square, Mex Fustas, Orange Crush, Tazonic, Toxin on Fire, and SF1 Cardinal rounds out your grid in that Haas. Colin, any last words before we get this thing undergo here at Monza here?
Guys, be careful into turn 1. I don't want to see 18 wings. Maybe 1 or 2, but not 18. I don't want to see that many.
Yeah, we always know the threat going down into 1 here at Monza. Everybody knows the feeling about playing. Yeah, everyone knows the feeling of those multiplayer lobbies online. You go down into 1, you're not making it out. So, as the cars start to form on the grid here, HRC is going to take his place any moment now. Man, I'm excited for this race. I don't know what's going to happen.
I want to see
safety cars overtaking.
Like, maybe someone will have a rocket start and get ahead. Like, you never know. We'll have to see. As Aldifer is still ghosted. I wonder if he is in his car, if he's having connection. Oh, no, it's all good now. As they've loaded onto the grid, 5 red lights are coming down.
Yes, sir. And lights out, and away we go. HRC looks to have gotten a pretty good start. Oh, and kind of gets a little squirrely there. And Aldifer is now in the lead in the Williams as they all go down into turn 1. No, please. As Aldifer goes deep, WhiffyWinner, your points leader, is now up to first. Has gained 3 positions at the start. Wow.
And he's trying to run. He's running away with it as they're trying to get traction out of turn 2, 3. And they're scrumming it out
for second. And now Ritzy Raccoon, who started
and HRC goes too deep, and he's taking Aldifer with him.
Oh, and he's around. He's around as well as Ritzy Raccoon. Oh my God! And that opens the door for a lot of people. And Maverick gets an illegal overtake on someone, it looks like. And we do have a yellow flag for HRC and Ritzy. Oh wow, what a shame for them. But as they go down the straightaway here, BRL Maverick is all over LDR Redeemer. Very good start from the both of them. BRL Skeppy, my one to watch, is now up to 4th. On down we see Funky Cactus, and Aldifer Jr. is now getting overtaken through Ascari by Sky Hot Wheels. Oh, and Sky almost loses it, but he saves it.
As they're going now 3 wide now, these guys are all trying to figure it out while these guys have wing damage.
Yeah, that opened the door for BRL XE and Mex Fastas. He's already gained 7 positions in that Haas, up to 7th now. As they commence lap 1. Wow,
as Aldifer really goes in for a new wing, unfortunate
and actually,
for him.
Maverick side by side down the front straightaway with LDR Redeemer, and Maverick looks like he has made that move stick. So Maverick, BRL Maverick in the Renault has gained 4 positions at the start here. Let's change that real quick. Let's go back to the interview.
As Sky Hot Wheels is right on the back of Weiser Square, and Tom is right on him too. These guys are already starting to build a mid-pack chain.
Yeah, we got a big group here.
And everybody else is hanging on the back of Maverick, Redeemer, Skeppy, Funky, who's grabbed a little bit of the kitty litter, slowing himself into Exia a bit. But yeah, it looks like there's a big chain for 2 to 5.
Yeah, no, there's a big train, and actually HRC and Ritzy and BRL Aldifer Jr., who had gotten damage at the beginning, have gone on 2 hard compound tires, and then Aldifer Jr. is now on that soft compound tire and actually HRC lets BRL Aldifer Jr. through, but let's get back up to the action.
And Big Mr. Brown
has crashed right out of Ascari. Oh,
and that is a BSC.
It is a virtual safety car is out. This will calm the drivers down, and actually, who is that? McLaren, we're going real slow. Will anyone pit here? It does not look like it.
I just think this is playing into WhiffyWinner's hand. Now he's got himself a gap, and now he can recharge his ERS and his fuel a little bit before he can run a little bit farther away from Maverick. And I'm looking at the gap saying, I'm going to get you. I'm sure he's going to try and push that limit on that gap, that 15-second penalty. I know I have a few times. It's a little risque, but it can pan out quite a lot. Skeppy gets a drive-through penalty for speeding under a virtual safety car. As I said, that's the risk right there. Yes.
I did not catch that, so oh man. That's going to be gut-wrenching for him. I mean, the VSC is always so difficult.
Yeah, drive-through penalty.
Maverick has gained a second on WhiffyWinner through that VSC, so he might be coming pretty soon. Very quick driver, like we said earlier. And
as Redeemer and Skeppy are having trouble.
Yeah, they touched there through Ascari, but everything clean now, and LDR Redeemer is through. Skeppy looks like he's going to make a move, though, around the outside, going into parabolic. It kind of squeezes him. They make a little bit of contact,
pushing him a little bit wide, but looks like they're going to battle side by side. Funky Cactus is just going to look for a move on the back of these two. He wants to see who's going to win and follow them through. And he's going to make me go 3 wide as they're coming down
the inside of both of them. And, oh, wow.
As the Racing Points touch as well. And Skeppy gets himself around. Funky Cactus can't seem to hold it between the two.
Yeah, so LDR Redeemer has gotten around BRL Skeppy for that final podium position, and his teammate Funky Cactus is knocking right on the door of BRL Skeppy for 4th position. Skeppy does have that drive-through, like you said, which is a shame for him, but followed by the 2 McLarens of BRL Exia and Wiser Square. They're just laying back, kind of chilling for now. Next Fostoss is all over the back of actually Wiser Square. As they go down the straightaway, kind of loses it there
Exia's just hang back, but now he's got DRS on Funky Cactus. Now that it's lap 4, he's picked his time to maybe start his attack.
Skeppy is now, yeah, definitely. I mean, Skeppy just now overtook, excuse my language, overtook LDR Redeemer for that final podium position.
And now Funky Cactus is looking for a move.
Yeah, his teammate, you got to be careful here going down. Keep Parabolica up and around, and Funky Cactus gets the move done, but BRL Skeppy does have to go and serve that penalty this lap. So that opens the door for the 2 pick Mercedes. Racing points, of course, and LDR Redeemer does have DRS. Will he make a dive on his teammate? He does. What a huge lunge. He sends it down the
yes,
inside,
but they're battling. He's
the
literally put Exia right on their heels, and he's not going to let these 2 pink cars go without a fight either.
Yeah, for sure. Exia,
as Maverick is now closed in that 0.7, he's now down to 2 seconds on WhiffyWinner. He's closing it in slowly, but surely.
Yes, he is. WhiffyWinner
as Sky Hot Wheels overtakes Toxin, going down into turn 3-4.
Yeah, those 2 are battling it out. The Red Bull and the Mercedes.
They have Orange Crush not too far behind. They're battling. Oh, Toxin hits a wall.
And Toxin is retired. Oh, man. Wow, he is out.
He took too much curb.
Sebastian Vettel.
And that's going to be a full safety car.
Oh, man, this gets drivers like Skeppy and Alpha and Ritzy and HRC. Some of the drivers that started up here in the front of the grid back into this race. What a shame for Toxin. We all saw that on the stream. I got that right in the corner there. He just looks like he lost it and tried to save it and went a little bit too deep. But, oh, man, that's a shame for
might be a good recovery
himself,
for Ritzy, who's on the hards, though. Everybody else is going to probably make the pit now if he can still close in the gap a bit. Speeding in the pit lane. I think him being on the hards at the back is going to make a difference when all these guys pit. He doesn't need to. In theory, he's done. He can go to the end.
Left the session.
He got a 5-second for speeding in the pits. I wonder if that...
I'm not seeing penalties tonight for some reason, which is a shame. But we got our penalty guy and Colin over here calling the shots. But as the safety car continues to be out, WhiffyWinner.
HRC is disqualified for ignoring yellow flags.
No.
Yep. For speeding under the safety car. I am guessing.
No, it shows that he's still in on my screen.
I'm sure. Yeah, again, this game's got some weird glitches where it'll tell somebody's disqualified when they're not. I don't know. I'll take a look and see what his penalties are, but I don't think he's that bad on penalties. No, he's got 3 warnings. That's it. That's it.
Yeah, no, he's chilling. He's still out there. But yeah, as the pack reforms behind the safety car, WhiffyWinner is still in first position. BRL Maverick follows. Those guys did not pit. So as well as LDR Redeemer, he has not pitted.
If these guys don't pit and they want to keep going, this will play into those medium runners' kind of hands. It might come down to McFace Tom taking it. But again, with there's some hard runners at the back that might be able to spice it up, being able to go all the way to the... So.
Yeah, this is quite surprising to me. I mean, most of these drivers on the softs, like the top 4, and BRL Skeppy, who's down there in 10th, should have pitted because they're going to pit on lap 8. I mean, that's what I would do. I'd pit on lap between 8 and 12.
But
And
maybe
you
they're
got all these
thinking with the
runners who-
safety car, they want more life out of the mediums. Maybe they'll push to lap 11, 12 due to the VSCs.
Yeah.
Maybe the DEG is a lot lower. So that could be a factor as well. We did have that VSC, so
Yeah, I just don't know. I don't know if it's a smart move because these drivers behind them are going to really enforce an issue for them, trying to get by them at the end of the race. But yeah, as we continue under the safety car, HRC is the only one that has not joined this train here, and there's a Ferrari going through the grass. It was SF1 Tom. As they all weave. We want to say hello to all 17 viewers. This is the Breakout Racing League Tier 2 event here at Monza. So far, a very exciting race. We got a
safety
massive
car
crash.
in this lap.
Safety car is in this lap, so HRC might not be able to catch up. It is going to be very close, so that's going to hamper his race even more. And SF1 Cardinal has left the session, so he's going to be disconnected. Oh, man. And HRC has left the session again. Oh. What is going on tonight? But as the safety car comes in, WhiffyWinner brings the field around Parabolica, and they get going. They do get going. BRL Maverick follows LDR Redeemer as well. Looks to be a great start for all three of them. Behind them, we have BRL XE, Mex Fastas, and SF1 Tom. And SF1 Tom looks like he could out a little bit on Mex Fastas, but he thinks better of it and he stays back. So
Skeppy gets a 5-second for ignoring yellow flags. That must have been for overtaking Cardinal.
I'm sure the stewards will look at that because Cardinal's not in his car right now. So,
yeah,
but
definitely.
regardless, I wonder if Skeppy will be able to get himself back up to that top group, considering he was still part of those top soft runners, now in the midst of the mediums.
Yeah, as we ride along here with Sky Hot Wheels right now, trying to set up a move on SF1 Tom. Actually, let's go up to BRL XE. It looks like he's going to go around the outside of the racing point of LDR Redeemer in his McLaren. See if he can make this move stick down into Ascari, and he does. He gets by LDR Redeemer and slots himself up into a podium position. Very good from him.
Maybe
and,
his
BRL
more
Maverick.
conservative use of the softs has allowed him to have the more DEG.
Yeah, definitely. And Maverick is now looking at a move on our race leader, WhiffyWinner, in the Toro Rosso.
As he will have DRS coming down. I think that should be
Let's see what he
open.
can do. Let's ride on board.
No, maybe not. Maybe
Catch that
another lap.
slipstream. He's gonna move over to the left. He's gonna try around the outside of WhiffyWinner. Brakes a little bit earlier. Oh, and they can make contact now, and he.
But Maverick takes a nice little short line through and takes the lead.
Excuse me there. I keep coughing. I'm talking way too much, and this opens the door for XE to gain some time on him, on both of them. But Maverick now slots himself up into the lead, and he looks to set sail and drive away from WhiffyWinner in that Toro Rosso. But Exia is right on the back of WhiffyWinner now by only 5 tenths. So SF1 Tom also is all over Mex Fastas' gearbox as they go down into the straight. Will he set it into overtake? Yes, he will. He will activate overtake on the ERS. Can he get a move done? I think he's a little bit too far back without DRS, but yeah, I mean, there's a big train clear forming from 4th on back to about 9th, where Orange Crush in the Ferrari stands. His teammate SF1 Tom again is pretty close to Mex, but LDR Redeemer is also in that mix as well in the racing point.
But Skeppy's made his way through Sky Hot Wheels as he's had a hard time getting through the chicane, and Skeppy had better traction on his way through. He's trying to get himself back at Redeemer, who had a hard time on traction. He's falling off on his medium runners. Maybe that early battling is costing too much DEG.
Oh, and Exia looks to make a move on WhiffyWinner, gets a better exit, will ride on board with the McLaren right now. I don't think he's going to get him. He's definitely not going to send it. He shouldn't send it, but yeah. He's caught these leaders pretty quick. But yeah, so Exia finds himself in third place, and WhiffyWinner goes off into the gravel a little bit there, which is going to compromise his exit into these Lesmos, and Exia almost loses it there.
Having a little bit of a clenching moment there on the early curve.
A little bit of a moment, yeah, and LDR Redeemer is going to be under pressure from BRL Skeppy here down this back straightaway. I apologize. I'm talking way too much, but yeah, as they go down into Ascari, Skeppy looks to have the better exit here on Redeemer in the slipstream. Overtake mode activated in the ERS, goes around the outside. Let's see if he can make a move down in the parabolic. He gets ahead of him, and yes, LDR Redeemer breaks way early to see if he can get that better exit down on the straightaway as they go wheel to wheel now.
As Whiffy winks for tires, Tom is on McFaceface coming down. He's got DRS. He goes down on the inside for turn 1. He's going to have the job well done before the corner.
Oh, and side by side, BRL Skeppy and Redeemer are still there, and Redeemer just forces his way through. And
Sky
actually,
Hot
the
Wheels is
Mercedes
on.
of Sky Hot Wheels, yeah.
Is right beside
he's coming
Skeppy.
through as well.
Which is just bringing Orange Crush a little bit closer to DRS range to the rest of these guys.
Skeppy, oh, he's off in the grass. LDR Redeemer kind of blocked him there, he's trying to send it and make a move around the outside.
And Redeemer's going to take a 3-second for that little cut.
Oh, yeah, I mean, he really pushed him out there, but and WhiffyWinner actually went into the pits last lap. I guess he was struggling. We saw that a little bit earlier.
He was pushing those softs a little bit harder. He might be getting the undercut on Exia and Maverick, though. That might be the strategy.
And Alderford Jr. actually disconnects from the session. That's a shame for him because this is his first race. But again, we'd like to say hello. This is the Breakout Racing League Tier 2 race here at Monza. As wow, we going 3 wide with BRL Skeppy. Next fast us and Sky Hot Wheels as they all ambush LDR Redeemer as well. This little pack is going pretty strong.
Skeppy's fighting hard. He's going into the pits now. He's going to try and get his track position as best he can.
As LDR Redeemer. Let's see if Sky Hot Wheels can make a move here on the next fast us. Will he send it? No, he thinks better of it. Oh, a little bit deep. Oh, they do not make any contact with clean racing out of those two. But Orange Crush is now all over the back of Ritzy Raccoon and his Alfa Romeo, but looks way too far back to make any sudden move. But the gap in the leaders, first to second, is staying at 1 second right now. Maverick over Exia. But I'd like to point out. Yeah, I mean, let's see where WhiffyWinner comes out and someone like, Skeppy and WhiffyWinner, see if they undercut these guys a little bit. But LDR Redeemer has gotten out in front of Skeppy because of Skeppy's 5-second time penalty, so that should be interesting later in the race. And that gap is now 2 seconds as Maverick gets a bad run out of the Ascari, and someone's around in the Ferrari, and it's Orange Crush. Oh, man.
And he's going to get a 10-second for exceeding track limits for it, as both Maverick and Exia dive for the pit.
Yeah, both leaders. And SF1 Tom stays out on those medium top end tires, as seen. But I want to point out someone like Tazani. He pit quite early. He's on 7 laps of the hard, so he could potentially go to the end of this race, and I think that's what he's planning on. So Ritzy Raccoon, Sky Hot Wheels gets a little bit loose there, coming out of 2.
Well, in theory, Ritzy Raccoon is trying to get away from Tizonic, because realistically, Ritzy is our race leader right now, because our top 3 all still need to make a mandatory pit stop, where Ritzy had to make a dive for the hards early and can still go all the way. If there's possibly another safety car, it could pay out for his favor.
Yeah, excuse me. Yeah, definitely. I mean, WhiffyWinner is now actually ahead of BRL Maverick and Exia because of his undercut, but Maverick and Exia will have those fresher tires at the end of the race. Feels kind of spread out now a little bit, and SF1 Cardo's going really slow, and he's going through the gravel.
He's gone off.
I don't know.
Yeah.
He's gone off trying to pull a Sebastian Vettel, I think. I'm not sure, but he regains himself a little bit there. But yeah, your leader is now SF1 Tom, and he dives into the pits. And this opens the door for Mex Fastas, who's now in P1 to try and extend the gap here. And Funky Cactus has joined back.
Tom goes for the hards. I don't think that's the strategy call around here, but
yeah, I'm watching Sky Hot Wheels right now and battling Ritzy Raccoon. Is going to be a little bit too far back there, but yeah, Ritzy is your leader of the race after everybody cycles through these pit stops, because he is on 12 laps to the hards, and I think he plans to go to the end with someone like Tazonic and BRL Alderford Jr.
Ritzy Raccoon does have a 3-second time penalty from what I've seen. I don't know if they have any more, but again, that might be interesting. I haven't seen Tazonic up there yet, and he's on the fresher hard, so he might be able to close in that gap closer to the end of the race.
Yeah, the battle is really going to be WhiffyWinner, Maverick, and Exia, and SF1 Tom, who's also back there on the hards. I'm surprised he put on the hards. I don't know what he was thinking. Did he start on the mediums? I think he
started on the mediums.
So he did have to go to the hards.
I would have kept the mediums out more than 13, 14 laps, though.
And Funky Cactus is around. He's crashed right out of a scar. He kind of lost the back end there, and wow, he's just piled drive the wall. Oh man, that's a shame for the race.
And that's gonna be a VSC.
And a VSC is out for his wreck. Just as he had joined back, just dumped it. But BRL Alderford Jr., who is on the hard tires to plan to go to the end of the race, I just said it. He's now in the pit lane. Let's see what he goes on. Maybe the mediums? Yes, he does. He does pit for the mediums. But yeah, Mex Fastas is still out there on those mediums of 14 laps, and Green Flag Racing is now back underway.
McFaceface gets, a 3-second time penalty as well. That's not going to help him for his finishing time, but he's going to stretch those mediums as far as he can go.
Yeah, excuse me again, but he runs a little bit wide there, but saves it. Yeah, he's really trying to stretch these tires out to see if he can go on those softs at the end of the race to make a mad dash for the finish. But he's followed by Ritzy Raccoon on those hards, 13 laps of hards. So
WhiffyWinner is slowly closing in that gap on Weiser Square, while Maverick and Exia in tow.
I'm interested to see about Tazonic as he makes a move around the outside of Sky Hot Wheels, who kind of lets him go through. They're on different strategies. But I think Sky Hot Wheels is about to pit here.
He's about to pit, or
yeah, he is.
Didn't want to fight him.
Is also in, so Ritzy Raccoon is now in the lead, followed by Tazonic.
These guys are planning to stretch out those softs that they're planning on going on those. I'm not so sure about a soft run right now.
I think Ritzy, it's going to be real hard to get those to the end of the race. So I think Ritzy will have to pit again, and as well as Weiser Square. I mean, those medium compound tires do not go that long. But Tazonic is right. You're third place in the points. He is right there looking for a win right now. Will he be caught by WhiffyWinner, Maverick, or Exia is the storyline of this race as we enter lap 16. Again, we thank everybody for tuning in. Continue watching this because the end of the race, a good one here.
It's going to come right down the line with penalties and everything as these guys are on alternate strategies and how it's all going to shrink down by the last few laps. But for Ritzy Raccoon, this would be an amazing win if he could just hold on to it. It would be an amazing win for him in the Constructors and in the championship for himself. So,
yeah, for sure. I mean, Tazonic is catching him about a tenth a sector almost on those 4-lap fresher hard compound tires. Weiser Square is just biding his time back there trying to save his tires, but he has a 5-second gap to WhiffyWinner. And Toro Rosso, your points.
And it was 8 seconds before. Like, it's slowly closing. Those fresher tires can make it that bit farther, but Whiffy is on 2-lap older mediums. Is that going to be a difference compared to Exia and Maverick, who are playing with DRS with each other? Like, Exia still has DRS and able to save DRS his way through and perhaps make a jump. We'll see how these guys close in.
Yeah, there's not much action going on right now. Just kind of everybody biding their time for the end of the race here. Some pit stops still need to be made. Maybe. Potentially. I'm not sure. But, yeah, I just feel bad for someone like HRC because he had so much promise. Started on pole really quick and kind of lost connection. And SF1 Cardinal is out. He's retired in the pit lane. So that is our fourth driver to DNF here tonight. Big Mr. Brown, Toxin on fire, Funky Cactus, and SF1 Cardinal are the drivers to DNF. But Ritzy Raccoon actually is extending now to Tazonic, which is surprising. Maybe Tazonic's kind of saving his stuff right now, so he might think that Ritzy Raccoon does have to pit again.
Everyone has made at least one stop. The question is how long can they make the tires last? Tazonic has moved 14 positions. If he can somehow take first, that would be a phenomenal victory for him.
You have a yellow flag in Sector 1.
That's just from Cardinal being off the track, and
yes, it is.
That's just his ghost.
And the closest battle right now is Exia and Maverick, 5th and 6th right now. They are on the same lap tires, and Exia is gaining about a tenth of sector here. And oh, Maverick goes a little bit wide, has to cut the track.
And takes a 5-second penalty for that.
Wow. I don't know if that's going to be reversed. I mean, he went pretty quickly through there, so I'm thinking that he just doesn't care. So this opens the door for Exia
away
a little
from
bit.
Exia, because he's now a second away when it was like closer to 0.6. So it was kind of like a 0.3 to 0.4. Be questionable. Definitely questionable. But
a little bit.
Stewart's will look at that.
But yeah, but here comes Exia, 6/10 now is the gap, 5/10 now. Very good run out of the Ascari for him, but should be interesting to see where BRL Maverick finishes now with that 5-second time penalty, and your leaders aren't giving the pit stops or anything right now, and WhiffyWinner has somewhat gained on them,
but Wiser Square is trying to make a move on Tazonic.
He is.
On those old mediums to those old hards. He still wants to fight it out.
Yeah, I mean, those hard compound tires around here do not feel good at all, so I think Tazonic is really struggling right now, and Wiser Square looks to pounce on that opportunity of his misfortunes. But here comes Exia all over the back of Maverick. Will he send it down here? No, he will not. Thinks better of it. He's going to go through these corners. He's probably going to get a better run than Maverick. Maverick a little bit loose there as they go down into the Lesmo corners.
This is just slowing them away from Whiffy, because they were closer to like a second and a half, and now they're 2.5 seconds almost.
Yeah, DRS activated for Exia, but yeah, Whiffy is driven away from this battling of these two, which is not what they want to be doing right now. But
as Whiffy's trying to close in that 5-second gap with
and Wiser Square gets by Tazonic for a second actually, so Wiser Square is through. This might be a ploy for Tazonic to get this
and
DRS
Ritzy goes
down the
to the
straightaway.
pit.
And Ritzy pits. Yes, he does.
He's probably going to softs to the end. Yeah, softs to the end.
So he's going to see if he can make a mad dash up the field with those soft compound tires with 7 to go. Or 7 to go. So,
as Exia can't get around Maverick, it's very tight into turn 1-2. And Tazonic does not want to let Wiser Square go with that lead either. I think Tazonic is thinking he might be able to hold it to the end, the 4-second gap behind him.
Yeah, I mean, I think Wiser Square still has to pit. I mean, that's a long time. I stress a long time on those medium compound tires. So.
You'll have a puncture. I'm sure it'll be danger zone. Very, very much so.
Very quick, yeah. Definitely.
He's already up to 14 laps. He's pretty much into danger zone almost. So those tires do not look fresh. Very matte.
Exia has already extended a 1-second lead over Maverick after passing him. So Maverick kind of lost control of this race with that 5-second time penalty and getting overtaken by BRL Exia for 4th position. But WhiffyWinner is on the podium and chasing his teammate down, Tazonic.
Well, I know Exia has had issues in other races. He'll want a good performance.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
But Exia had an issue.
Wiser Square.
Yeah. Tazonic, on Wiser Square coming down.
It's too far back to make a move or anything like that through one, but gets real close. I think Wiser Square had a really bad exit. He might be feeling those tires about now, but 3/10 is the gap, 4/10 now, so Wiser Square is driving away a little bit from Tazonic out of every corner. Orange Crush Pits, quite interesting there. But we got a big pack down here of Aldifer and Skeppy. They're going at it. Let's see if Aldifer can do anything with BRL Skeppy here. It looks to be too far back to make any kind of move for that final point.
Tazonic still got DRS on Wiser Squares. They're coming down the chicanes. Tazonic is going to just hang behind.
Now.
Oh, and there's contact.
Oh, and they touch.
Contact.
They make contact. Yeah, but pretty clean. They're okay. Hopefully Tazonic did not lose any front wing, but as they battle, this brings WhiffyWinner right back into the scene. He's only three seconds behind these two, so if these guys battle it out for the next couple of laps, WhiffyWinner could be sitting on another win here at Monza. That'd be 2 in a row for him. As Tazonic's going to get DRS on Wiser.
Exia's got the pace on Whiffy.
As they go down into the first corner, Tazonic too far back again, locks up a little bit, which doesn't help him at all, but decent exit from the both of them, not us, I'm not driving.
And Aldifer goes down on the inside of Skeppy coming down into turn 1 as well, as they're still battling it out.
Yeah, no, they were battling it out earlier as well. We were riding on board with
they're fighting the whole way
Aldifer.
through. The Sky Hot Wheels is on the back of him as well.
I was just going to say that. Yes, that opens the door for Sky Hot Wheels right there as well. And LDR Redeemer is just kind of chilling in 8th. But yeah, the battle is BRL Skeppy and Aldifer Jr. right now. It's only 6/10 between them. And someone goes off in the grab a little bit there. I think it was LDR Redeemer. But Ritzy Raccoon is trying to gain a lot of time here on SF1 Tom. It's going to be a little too late maybe for him on those soft compound tires he put on a couple laps ago. But Tazonic is now all over the back of Wiser Square again.
Still has a little bit more straight line speed on those mediums, but it's not a whole lot. Those mediums are very old and not doing well. And that's going to give...
Scorching.
That's probably going to give him the win. I think Tazonic can hold out against Whiffy, then that might be it. But again, that's a big question right now. If Wiser can slow them down.
Smooth through there. Tazonic tried to...
Right on the back of Exia too.
Yes, he is. And Exia goes a little bit wide, and this opens the door for Maverick to make a move around the outside of the sweeping right-hander, this fast right-hander, where we saw Fernando Alonso, Sebastian Vettel going at it. I think that was 2012? Maybe, no, it was 2011. My bad, but yeah, some pretty good racing, and Maverick is through for that 4th position. He does still have that 5-second time penalty for cutting the track, and Tazonic is still all over the back of Wiser Square. He has to be feeling those tires scream right now, and this is opening the door for Whiffy, who's only a second down the road, so this is
Tazonic
really...
just wants to get out of here. He wants to get ahead.
Oh, and they got to touch it again with just a little bit.
No, he just sneaks right up to it, but man, those hards are probably not feeling nice. I can't imagine those mediums feel any better, but with 4 laps to go, a pit now is suicide almost, so they're going to try and go away.
And now the 2 Toro Rossos find each other 2-3, so if Tazonic and Whiffy both get by Wiser Square, will there be any 2 quarters? Because Whiffy does lead in points, and the Constructors, Toro Rosso has a big gap to any other team back, so as they go down into turn 1, Tazonic looks to make a move. He can't, but and Wiser gets a terrible exit on those mediums. Tazonic has drawn aside him, and now he is through Almost. They go side by side. Let's watch this from the
Tazonic
broadcast.
slots
And here comes
himself in
WhiffyWinner.
behind. But it's going to,
Here
yeah,
comes
slot with you
WhiffyWinner.
right up close.
Yeah, definitely. And Tazonic is going to get this better exit. And here comes Maverick and Exia as well. Going to join this train. They're holding these guys up. So real exciting stuff here in the BRL Breakout Racing League Tier 2 race, as Tazonic is all over the back of Wiser Square, who's all over the back of WhiffyWinner. As WhiffyWinner's all over the back of Tazonic. So Tazonic looks to make a move through Ascari. Will he make it? No, it's too tight through there, buddy. Too tight.
But
So,
Whiffy is right there. Whiffy loses it a little bit, doesn't get
Oh,
good
he
traction,
loses it.
and
Oh,
Maverick is
Maverick.
going to be on the outside. And
yes,
he's going to
sir,
slot
Maverick
his
is
way
gonna make a
through.
move, which is a shame for WhiffyWinner. So here comes Exia as well. So Maverick is now through on WhiffyWinner, and Tazonic and Wiser Square still battle it out with 3 to go.
As Maverick wants that keep that battle for
Yep, he has
his...
retired from the session. It looks like he's lost it. But Tazonic with the DRS.
As they are
he's
all
got
fighting
no
into the
ERS.
corner. 4 of them are going
Oh, and he
down
goes a little
into
bit
it.
deep. He's going a little bit deep over the corner. They make contact. Wiser Square and Tazonic. Oh my God. They make contact, but they draw side by side. Here comes Maverick trying to find a way around. He's going to go up the inside, get that draft. Will he go up the middle? Yo, he switches it to the outside. BRL Maverick. What a move. He's going to send it.
And he makes the
He's
move.
gonna send it, and
Whiffy
it
tries to
works.
send it. And it's a little
He's
bit
gonna
too much
make
as he
it
battles
work.
with his team. They're bumping, they're grinding. As Exie is trying to look at the 2 Toro Rossos from behind.
Wow, what a move by BRL Maverick. Move of the race right there so far. And Exia goes a little bit wide off into the gravel. Saves it. He does save it. But that
It's
opens
gonna
the door
cost
for
that
Max
position.
Mascot to get that 5th place position. Yes. And Tazonic is still in front of WhiffyWinner.
And
Oh,
Whiffy
and
sends it
WhiffyWinner.
deep.
He sends it, and it works out on his teammate. Let's see if
But
Tazonic
it looks
can
like
get back and go
Tazonic
down
is
the straightaway.
still fighting for it, maybe. Oh no, we have another
Yes, it
DNF.
is. Oh no, it's Mex, no. Oh, that's a shame. He's battling Exia for 5th. Oh man.
Can he hold
This is
on to the
getting really
points? Can he
exciting,
maybe
intense
hold
right
10th?
now.
As now Sky
Yeah,
Hot Wheels is right on to him for that final point. They're going to fight for that
And,
last
here
little
comes-
bit right to the end.
And here comes Tazonic. Yeah, here comes Tazonic on WhiffyWinner. Again, they're teammates, guys. They're teammates. Oh, and he just kind of... He stays back. Good boy, good boy. All right, so as they go on to the penultimate lap, BRL Maverick is your leader after a fantastic move. Your guy to win the race, Colin. Wow. I
knew it. I knew Maverick wanted it.
He moved up into the inside and then went straight to the outside. So good for Maverick. And WhiffyWinner is now all over the back of the Wiser Square. On Wiser Square. Congrats to Wiser Square as well, actually, for making it this long on those medium compound tires. Hopefully he does not get a puncture in the coming laps here, the final lap. But Tazonic will not go away on WhiffyWinner, Colin. He just won't.
He won't. He just won't stop on those hards. I got to give it to him. That pace on the hards is admirable, to say the least. To say the very least.
WhiffyWinner's actually struggling as well on those medium tires, so Wiser Square actually pulls away from him. So, oh, and
I don't know
SF1
how
Tom
he's
is
doing
out.
it.
Oh man,
I don't know.
no.
Man,
Oh,
right
that's
to
a
the
shame
end,
for
the
SF1
DEG is
Tom.
just taking out these drivers, I'm sure. It's really
and
just
that's
not
a
helping.
Ferrari, and we're at Monza. That's not the way to go. But as we enter the final lap, your leader BRL Maverick is out to a 1.5 second gap as WhiffyWinner tries to make a move on Wiser Square, who's really struggling now on these tires. Goes up, tries to go up the inside, does not work.
All
Oh,
this
and win
holding
it,
him back.
Tazonic. Tazonic.
Oh, they're touching
bumping.
and rubbing.
All right.
We're battling. The two
Let's
of
see
them
what
can't make up
Tazonic's
their
got.
mind.
And WhiffyWinner, will he send it on Wiser Square?
He sends it
he
deep
will.
again.
He sends it. Sends it. Oh, he goes a little
Oh,
bit deep.
and
That's going to hold up Wiser Square. Wiser
takes a
Square's
big
up.
jump.
And Exia. And Exia's up to 3rd. And Ritzy, where did he come from? He's up to 4th now. Oh
As
my
Exia
God, and
grabs a little
Exia's
bit
off the track.
He got it. He
Woo!
recovers it
Whiffy.
very nicely, though. Ritzy wants to
But
make
now
a
Whiffy-
podium move out of this.
Yeah, Whiffy is now up to 2nd
Remember,
position. BRL Maverick
still
leads.
had that 5 second from cutting the track,
Yes,
so
he
I don't know
has.
how that's going to work out. There's a 3.5 and growing but it might not be enough as Exia wants to fight Whiffy down into the final turn. It's going to be
Down
his
in the
last
final
chance.
turn. Parabolica will, he said he's got to break real early. Let's see if he can get that better exit, but what a move from BRL Maverick. He's going to win tonight's race.
He has the better track.
So far.
It's going to be close.
So far.
Not
Oh,
quite.
and WhiffyWinner wins. WhiffyWinner. WhiffyWinner is your winner here tonight.
It's
Tazonic. Tazonic takes it. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh, I'm out of breath. Oh, sugar. Wow, what a race. Tazonic is now your winner. Tazonic in the Toro Rosso is now your winner here at Monza. He's probably going nuts. Didn't even think about it. Wow, what a final couple of laps. WhiffyWinner finishes in second. Exia is your final person on that podium in third. Maverick finishes fourth because of that 5-second time penalty. He did win the race on track. Congrats to him because he did win the race on track. But that 5-second penalty really screwed him over in the end. Oh, I'm out of breath. Congrats to Tazonic.
What a dramatic last 4 or 5 laps with no safety car. Just the fact that they got right in there by the end.
You know, I told you guys, you know, all the viewers out there, you got to stick around. You know, the middle of the race, a little boring, not much going on, but the ending was definitely a good one. As we see the two Toro Rosso teammates spraying the champagne. Is that Corbel? Is that Carbon Champagne? I'm not sure, but yeah, and the McLaren driver of Exia is also up there who finished third. So, what a race! What a race! So let's read this grid out for you. We're gonna get these podium guys in here for a quick interview after. But Tazonic is your race winner, so congrats to him again. WhiffyWinner in the other Toro Rosso comes home in second position. BRL Exia comes home in third from McLaren. That's a good day for him. Maverick, what a shame, but some time penalties killed him in the end, but good overall race. Best move of the day. Wiser Square, it has to be my driver of the day, and the McLaren just kills it from 13th on the grid. Made those tires last. Risky Raccoon made that gamble of stopping on the softs, but BRL, Oliver Redeemer, Sky Hot Wheels, and Orange Crush round out your top 10. So very exciting stuff. I think we did get all of the drivers in here.
We're waiting on Tazonic, but he's connecting
Tazonic
now.
has joined. Yes, he has. Guys, make sure you have checked the box there for the include audio. So let's get this thing started. Tazonic, can you hear me, man?
Loud and clear.
Tazonic, what a race. I mean, you kind of were just in the midst of everything. You know, you went long on those hards, 22 laps. That had to be scorching at the end there, but you pulled it out. Just very good job. What is your takeaway from this race? How was your race?
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. It was a relatively quiet race. I sort of pit under the safety car. I don't know who crashed, but I pit under the safety car. I was thinking I'll pit on the hards. I'll go for the undercut whilst the safety car's there. I didn't really have the pace because, as you saw, Ritzy absolutely flew away from me on the same tyres, but he had to pit because he couldn't make the tyres to the end. So he pitted on to soft or medium, whatever he did. But I just didn't have the pace. I thought Wiser, because I knew Wiser didn't have a penalty. I thought it was mostly me and him fighting for the win, but I don't know how his mediums didn't fall off the cliff. He must have had insanely good tyre wear because I was struggling on the hards, as you said. They were about 70% at the end of the race, so his mediums must have been well up there. But no, that was good. It was a very intense final lap. I'm not too sure what happened at the end between Whiffy, Wiser, and myself. I think it was a bit of a chain reaction of like brake checking kind of thing. I'm not too sure what happened, but I hit the back of Wiser and who came to a dead stop. But I've got a clip of it so we can view it later. But it was a great race. I'm kind of surprised I won that as I crossed the line 5th, but good race.
Yeah, I said on the stream that you'd probably had been shocked. Did you know that you didn't have any penalties or anything like that in the driver's line? You did have penalties?
Yeah, I know I had penalties. And I knew Whiffy had a penalty and that was about it. I didn't know Maverick had any or Exia, and I was just
Yeah.
quite lucky that I managed to keep it on the black
Yeah,
stuff.
Maverick, I think. Yeah, Maverick cut one of the corners, so he ended up with a 5-second time penalty. But yeah, so next week, let's congratulations again. But next week we go off to Singapore, I'm pretty sure. So how are you feeling going into there?
Very frightened. I don't like it.
Oh. All right. Well, very optimistic on Singapore. Tazonic, congratulations. You're Breakout Racing League Tier 2 winner tonight here at Monza. Congrats, buddy.
Thank you.
So now we're going to do the second place driver of WhiffyWinner, your points leader. Whiffy, can you hear me? Do you have a copy?
Yes, I can. Copy 10-4, good buddy.
All right. So yeah, congratulations on that second position. You're really battling it out there at the end. How was your race?
First corner, Aldifer left the door open, and I got lucky and got in first, and was like, freaking just hot lapped the shit out of the car, and got a big break, and then was like, all right, and then I was seeing Mav reel me in a little bit, and then him and Exia were together, and I just kind of hoped they battled, which they kind of did a bit, but they kind of worked together at the same time. So it was kind of watching them race behind me, but in the same sense, I didn't even really figure that I was going to catch Tazonic and Weiser there for a minute, and then I really started to close in on him in the closing laps. And a few of the passes a few of my overtakes were definitely lick the stamp send it moments, definitely. But
Yeah.
I just had to throw it on the line. Like, they'd leave the door open, and I'm like, look, like, if I don't get it done now, and I didn't know how many penalties Mav had, and I know he's my closest rival. So with him being a couple spots up, it was kind of make or break, right? You gotta make it happen. So, but Tazonic, I gotta congratulate on the win, because that was impressive. 1-2 for us. That's big points for the team. So that's good.
Yes,
Yeah,
congrats, you two.
definitely. I mean that was real fun stuff there at the end of the laps there. I mean, it came down to the wire. You did make a couple brilliant moves, sending it down the inside of Exia and the other McLaren of
Weiser.
Oh,
it's a shame.
yeah, Weiser,
Yes,
Weiser.
Yeah. Weiser's tires were absolutely screaming, but yeah, again, congratulations on that second position. You now
man.
extend your lead in the points by a lot there over BRL Maverick. So how do you feel about going into Singapore next week? Any thoughts on that?
Same aspect as every weekend, man. Just show up, race, have some good fun, and make sure I score points. Only way to keep the leads is keep getting points. So it's not about the wins or podiums or anything. It's just make sure you stay in that top 10, keep getting points.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, again, congratulations and good luck to you at Singapore. And yeah, stay safe.
Thanks a lot, guys. Appreciate it.
Yep. BRL Exia, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
All right, Colin, would you like to do this interview?
I can. Axia, after having issues in both Spa and Hungary, how does it feel to be back up onto a podium?
I feel like you
getting
wrote that
those
on a
points?
piece of paper.
No, it's
Yeah.
true. He had issues last two races, and I know he was looking for podiums as he was in P3, I think, in almost both of them. So Hungary, he was looking for a podium there, and it just didn't happen.
Yeah, Hungary, Singapore. Let's see. I've had a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 DNFs so far this season.
So yeah,
Jesus.
Yeah.
so it's gotta be nice.
It is nice. It is nice. Real strong battles. Honestly, wasn't expecting to be up where I was. Seemed like I had more of the pace on the medium compound tire than on the softs. It was definitely a good battle. I was just trying to sit behind Maverick most of the whole race just to try to move up the grid order, try to utilize him as a movement. And then I kind of got past him, and then I realized, there's really no point for me to try to fight him. Not really in the championship, and he already had more time penalties than me, so I sent him. Then he went ahead, and then all of a sudden I started catching Whiffy and Tazonic and Weiser square, and I was like, okay, maybe there's finally a chance on the podium. And then I saw them. I had a feeling there was an issue. I saw Weiser put his car right on the middle of the track to defend, and it kind of left the two Toro Rosso drivers kind of nowhere to go. They all tapped into the second chicane, and then I kind of just capitalized. And then I hoped I had a little bit more ERS in the bag, you know what I mean, on Whiffy towards the end, and I couldn't pull it off. But congrats to Tazonic on the win.
Yeah, it was
Thank you very
definitely
much.
a very just intense race across every one of you guys. Like the battles at the top 5 were insane. The battles at some of the mid back was insane. Like it was just great battling. Some great dives, great defending.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we caught it on stream. Exy, how do you feel going into Singapore next week?
Singapore is one of my most favorite tracks. It's weird. My most not so favorite track, which honestly I have to thank Tazonic, by the way. You allowed me to qualify in the top 10 because I kind of utilized your slipstream in the first half of my quali run.
You're welcome.
So thank you
like
for the
last time.
510. Yep, just like Mexico. Thank you for the 510.
It's like Mexico last year. You owe me a full second of time.
Yeah, so Singapore, just come to my pit stall in Singapore, and I'll make sure I reward you with 510 to help you out. But yeah, no, I'm excited for Singapore. It's one of my most favorite tracks, especially as a night track and everything. And I'm hoping to really get another top 10 or possibly podium.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it should be an exciting race next week. I just want to congratulate you on your podium position today, and you were also the driver of the day.
Yeah, congrats, bro. Yeah, man.
Yes. So congratulations.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that about does it. Colin, any final words?
We'll have to see how these drivers can handle Singapore. It looked like Italy had some issues with the curbs here, but with Singapore being a long haul of endurance, we'll see how you guys handle it next week.
Yeah, definitely. Again, my name is John Webster. I'm alongside Colin tonight. This was Breakout Racing, the Breakout Racing League Tier 2 race here at Italy. Next week we go to Singapore, same time, 8 o'clock Saturday night. We'll see y'all later. Stay safe and enjoy the weekend.